The festival is nigh!
Players are ready, so we will go ahead and start the game. Ratty, center square prediction.
Give me Peyton's. Let me see Nexus just get an insane time.
I'm going to say Lord of Blood until it shows up on the board.
Gotta be right eventually.
Holy shit, it's paintings!
The prophet's here.
Is there Lord of Blood? No, Lord of Blood! God damn it.
Limgrave Treescent on the corner as well.
Yeah,
so
that's
that'll be a race.
That's the third time someone's ever called it, but twice this weekend. This is a very fast board because we have Paintings, Limgrave Treescent, Boss on Torrent, and Grafted Scion. If someone wants to go for Scion.
You need a square off sword generally to go for that. In Chapel of Anticipation, there is a pseudo script. It's a little weird. Some people are confident enough to send it with other weapons. I know it's been done with Stone Club recently.
Mm-hmm. There's also ritual pots, which goes well with which actually does go quite well with paintings. Yep. In terms of, there's actually not, Shura will be pissed. There's actually not a lot of late game on this board. This is a very Nexus board.
It is an unfortunate swing of things for Shura.
Mm-hmm.
And he did say he was going column 1 into column 5, which does not look good. Although 3 avatars, 10 physic tiers on that column, actually.
Yeah. 10 physic tiers, not flash charges.
Yep. What else do we have that's interesting? Oh, one of my least favorite squares, kill Liurnia boss incants only, so an early Corrin check will be good there. Get heal, do the Revenant. That's essentially a free square if you can do that. Works well with Liurnia bosses, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
There is 2 tree bosses in Liurnia, which are both avatars to push you in that direction. Liurnia actually pretty strong early with paintings, ritual pots, and all that going on, as well as Grafted Scion if you get it later.
Shura starting with the large club. Actually able to get it online and wield it immediately too.
That's impressive. I didn't see the stats for that class, but that's kind of crazy.
Has to be a lot of strength. Yeah, it just has to.
Let's see what else is that club is a great hammer, correct? Not a colossal weapon. It doesn't work for colossal armaments. And Nexus still kind of trying to figure out what to use. He's got 30 seconds to go here.
Yeah, does not have a lot of time. Good news is he has better load times than God, so he'll get in there real quick.
No matter what happens, Nexus will be about like 3 to 5 seconds ahead here off rip from Scion. He just has a NASA computer, so.
Yeah, I mean, people have argued if Jesus would be beatable in Bingo, but he wouldn't have better to load times than Nexus, so.
No.
All right, and we are underway. Everyone, make sure to get your gambas in. Last little bit to get the gamba in, and here we go. My guess, I wonder if they're both gonna go for Treescent.
Yeah. I don't hate just straight to paintings, or even Torrent boss here. It's just always really dangerous to pass up Treescent on the off chance it drops Halberd, right? It's not a high chance, but that is a game losing mistake if you ignore it long enough. You have to go back and kill Treescent if you lose. So you can skip it early. This is something that's been talked about in terms of the meta of like, it feels like you have to kill Treescent +0 just because you might not get a weapon. But there is definitely an argument if squares, like collection squares, are this strong and like there is reason to be in Liurnia early if you don't just come back later and do it. But I have to imagine both these players just want to get that done. You can see the load time difference here. It's like just enough to be really frustrating.
Well, part of it's stream delay too. Shura is about 2 or 3 seconds behind due to stream delay, so it's not as bad, but it's enough to matter. Bingo's pay to win. What can I say?
Yeah, and it's not something that matters as the game progresses. It is exclusively for these, and like Nexus also optimizes these. Even if you had the same loading times, racing him on a rush square is tough.
All right, Nexus is going tree scent. Let's see if Shura does as well. They both grab first step, which I think is a mistake if you're going tree scent.
It can be. I don't like skipping first step. I've done it a lot recently. It just always feels like it eventually loses time, but you do want this. Shura actually skipping tree scent. Interesting. I'm curious to see what he'll do here instead. It's probably smart. You're gonna lose.
What's with the no game audio?
I didn't get that jump.
Nexus doesn't have game audio either.
Probably a skill issue on his part, if I had to guess. But
this
you can
weapon's
see
good.
here how clean Nexus's fight is. The hammer,
Okay,
not a great weapon. Not bad.
Yeah, it's
Obviously,
pretty good.
It is a hammer.
Oh, I missed. Fuck.
But you do want square off, maybe status effects here instead. This is a good, I think, third option after those. I don't think he's even been hit yet. We might see the hitless tree sentinel fight here out of him, which, with how much he practices, would not be surprising. Meanwhile, Shura has already made it to Torrent.
Oh my god, what am I doing?
Oh no, he gets hit.
There it is, Caster Curse. You're welcome, Nexus.
All right, there it is. That's like a
it.
306 tree scent.
Okay.
Let's see what the weapon drop is.
It's pretty fast. Is that the fastest so far? I
Oh
believe so.
shit!
Oh,
Banish
no.
Knights +8. That's really
Oh,
good.
no.
Tree Sentinel.
That's
but
gonna be
no
a problem
square
for
off,
sure.
305.
On this board, Nexus
on the leaderboards,
probably could
I'll
use
take
that
it,
all the way
whatever.
through. You could even go grab Hoarfrost Stomp and just get some frost on it. That will
Yo,
be a problem.
Shura's gonna rush paintings.
Shura going for paintings.
Shura's gonna take paintings from Nexus.
Yeah, there's no world where you expect this out of Shura, which is why I love him doing it.
Yes.
Like, he really was vocal in his distaste for collection squares the entire qualifier up until he played me. So I actually like literally ignored collection squares because I thought he wouldn't play them. And that ended up costing me the match, I mean, as well as other decisions, but it's kind of one of those things where we've all said if Shura decides he wants to learn how to play bingo, we're all pretty screwed. I think that's what's happening.
Mm-hmm. What does Nexus do? Nexus is okay, getting out Torrent. Yeah, okay, Nexus is going paintings, but I think he's gonna lose it. If Shura goes,
His routing will be better than Shura's.
It's not a big enough difference though.
No, he could also go Torrent here.
Oh yeah, he's going boss on Torrent. No, Shura sip. Rambler rejoices. Shura fails.
That's a tough time loss for Shura. That's gonna hurt.
Yep.
All that advantage he got out running this way, he'll still have most of it. But he is gonna just set himself back about 45 seconds here early game. And losing any time, I feel like it's tough to say what the early game is, but for sure the first 10 to 15 minutes losing any time is just so hard to recover from. Because even the first 20 to 30 minutes, you don't want to be losing time. Map progression is so important. Character progression, picking up ruin drops if you can. Getting the fast squares.
I
like,
think that's possible for him to do.
not having that optimized for your first 20 minutes is tough.
Yeah.
And
Also,
here we'll see
fuck you, dude.
the Torrent fight. Mad Pumpkinhead, a pretty easy choice for this. There's really not a ton of other options. You could maybe go O'Neal if it synergizes. You can go Agil as we saw, I believe, yesterday.
Dude,
Is an option.
Ginger's practicing a
Storm
Gil
Boss.
on Torrent. He was able to do it in like mid 5 minutes.
And that was actually
Okay, I
really
want this
clean out of
grace.
Nexus. He's very patient.
Okay,
a lot of
map
people,
progress
myself
on there.
included, just sprint around the boss. He definitely has taken the time to learn how to just walk, be patient, and stay out of range. Also, +8 there. I mean, it's going to be fast. This weapon advantage is going to be pretty problematic.
Holy shit!
Oh no, Shura. I mean, he's going to be in the same place as Nexus right now. Literally in the exact same place.
And Nexus has a Geo Lake South, so he's literally ahead, or Geo Lake North, so he's literally ahead on paintings.
And this is just possibly the worst start Shura could want, and the most Nexus could ask for.
I think this is Rambler's fault.
Yeah, this is... I mean, yeah, Nexus is right on him. Granted, there's a little more stream delay on Shura, so he's a bit farther ahead, but this is going to be pretty much neck and neck for paintings. And I trust Nexus's routing to make up this small difference, unfortunately.
Yeah, this is really bad for Shura.
Yeah, this is especially, I believe this is Shura's first tournament. As far as I know, he hasn't really done anything. Maybe some rando stuff that was a little more competitive, but I do wonder if there is some nerves playing into this. He's just like,
the thing is, he's kind of
for me.
He's kind of the same at all. Like you can't really tell if there's nerves, right? Because of the way, just because of he has that demeanor where you kind of just can't tell.
Yeah. I mean, I think there was a bit of a tell in our conversation with him there where he's like, I just don't want to get bingoed. Like, definitely just focusing on like, don't do something that like feels embarrassing, perhaps. But we'll see here. He could recover paintings, which puts him in a decent position.
Mm-hmm.
Shutting down both these diags would be pretty important. I would, at this point, skip checks if I were him and come back to do them. Like, halberd check here will cost him the square. Well, no, not quite. I guess you can run to the Spirit Spring.
Should we just ban Liurnia, Skip?
No.
Ban
It's the
Liurnia?
first time I've seen someone die there, and it happened twice, which is just so unfortunate. Commander Standard.
No, Chris died there earlier today. This is the second.
No.
Yeah. This is twice. Both blue players today have died to that skip.
The blue curse.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Commander
Nexus is
Standard
really
a
not
usable
going
weapon.
hard for paintings.
No. He probably doesn't expect to get it. Like,
yeah.
But I think it's one of those things, I do this a lot where I'm just like, I mean, if my opponent did something else and messed up or they got double sniped, like I kind of feel like I should push it. And if I lose it, I haven't lost much. I get all the map progression and stuff, so whatever.
Yeah, actually, Helios failed that skip 3 times. I think the accuracy on that skip is less than 50% right now.
It's a simple skip, but I think, yeah, chat's saying, you know, nerves can go crazy on that skip. That can definitely happen.
Helios won yesterday, 13-12, and like literally arguably the greatest bingo match of all time.
There's the first painting.
The thing is, does Shura have a Geo Lake North, or does he have Geo?
Yeah, he
no,
did.
Shura has a Geo. Okay. Shura should get this snipe.
Which is a pretty big snipe. He'll essentially be even in map progression. Obviously, he's down 2-1, but this equalizes a lot of it.
Mm-hmm.
Going down 3-0 with equal map progression is like obviously far worse. But this block is so important. It's not just down 3-0. You now have 2 diagonals to worry about blocking.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just not a position you want to be in early. Especially on these diags, there's not a great way outside of paintings to deal with it. Like maybe ritual pods or incans for one, but what do you do on the other one, right? All those squares are going to take time. 3 tunnels, 3 crucible knights, colossal only. It's always weird to say this early, but Shura needs paintings pretty bad.
Oh, he has to have it.
But it looks like he will get it. He's going to be right on Nexus's tail here, heading to Kaled. Nexus has been doing his checks. Do we see Twin Blade check here for stat dumps? Not yet. Maybe later.
So I find this is like a not really relevant, but I like how Shura has the Mesmer armor with the Mikola's helmet, and Nexus has the Consort Radahn armor.
It is pretty appropriate.
Yeah. All right, Shura just cannot get cum bugged here. No cum. Do not come. Do not come.
Yeah, that is the number one worry. Nexus load time's not hitting quite as hard on this chest, thank God. Oh, okay.
A little bit came out there.
You not resting?
Nope. Skips a grace.
Honestly, can afford to do that probably here.
I don't think you gotta get the square. You just have to.
Yeah.
He loses the game on the spot, I think, if he doesn't get paintings. So
Yeah.
I understand.
Unfortunate paintings time. He could have done this easily 2 minutes earlier, I think, without both those deaths.
Yeah,
There's no
next.
reason not to. I already have 2 of them.
On the bright side, he does get
This is
Nexus
a
to
snipe. It doesn't
dump
matter
a lot of time
at
into
all.
this,
Yeah,
which
it
will
doesn't matter.
somewhat
Yeah, my timing was
equalize it.
correct. Okay. I'll head up anyways. It doesn't matter.
I think there is, you're looking for a silver lining there. Nexus got those 2 squares and then dumped all his time into this. So realistically, you're not in as bad of a spot as if you get it earlier and he can pivot sooner.
Silver Linings Playbook. Go Eagles.
Good film, terrible team.
Yep. Well, better than
Nexus
the...
immediately onto Celia skip, so smooth. I'm so jealous.
That was really good, actually.
Yeah. Gonna skip Millicent's Church, just straight up to deck this.
Mm-hmm. All right. Do you think there's a line that Shura is going to try to send?
If I was speaking as Shura, hold on, give me a moment.
No, I see it. I see it. I see the line.
Okay, yeah, you tell me. I'll tell you what I see. You tell me what you see for Shura.
You get Bellbearing Hunters. You kill one misbegotten boss somewhere. You kill Radahn for his remembrance to get and also you set up Crucible Knight Misbegotten Warrior duo for 2 misbegotten bosses. And then you do Remembrance Boss, Remembrance Weapon only on Regal, and you bingo on column 3.
Honestly, that sounds like Shura.
Yeah.
But you forgot one part before that. You set up the column 5 with 3 avatars and 10 physic tiers, and once they're looking at that, then you go to column 3, and it's basically unstoppable.
True.
What are you gonna do about it? You can't do anything about it. I actually really do like column 3. If I'm as bingo pilled as Shura.
Yeah, I mean, if you're bingo pilled, Remembrance Boss, Remembrance Weapon only on Regal is pretty good.
Yeah. Also, doing Radahn gets you your
and you
Misbegotten.
do Scion, Ritual Pots, and Trio at the same time. You make sure that you cheat a Colossal Remembrance, and you do that on Regal, and then you double bingo on both row 2 and column 3.
There you go. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's just crazy enough that Shura would do it.
Double bingo. What was that? Double rainbow ad?
Yep. Is there any other squares that are really tempting right now, though? What is the best synergy? I mean, Tree Bosses, Avatars, Liurnia Bosses still looks really good.
Mm-hmm.
I still like cleaning up Liurnia a lot. You also got the Bell-Bearing Hunter there. Your Cerulean Medallion, if you want it. You could even go the Catacomb for 2 bosses. Shura probably wouldn't like that because of Cemetery Shades, but...
It's not great now because Nexus has Fort Feroth, but potentially like going Scion and then Precipice into Altus to clean up 2 other tunnels, then you do Draconic for the stats for 30 Arcane. Nexus is doing a Incantations check.
Wow, this sucks. Actually, wait.
Nothing,
yeah.
Bloodflame.
I mean, does Bloodflame Talons work?
I don't know
with
how
the
good that is.
Arcane?
Let's purchase for now. I'm not gonna worry too
It
much
is
about
very
it.
usable.
I will test it out, and if it sucks, then I'm not using it.
I've used
Fuck
it
you, I'm
on
not
a
using you. I do
Dawn
not
to
give a
test
fuck.
it out, and like it actually pretty much
alright,
stun
yeah,
locked
okay,
him
well.
because if you spam it, it just slashes back and forth over and over again.
Yeah.
So anything with like a lower stagger value, not poise is not what it's called in the game. I want to say it's called hardness, but anything that you can
Yeah.
actually stagger like that it'd be effective against, which I imagine would include Clean Rot Knight, a Dawn. Honestly, it'd probably be good against an Erdtree Avatar because it is Blood Flame. So actually, maybe a good spell there. And even with that check, Nexus still just a touch ahead in Liurnia, which could be really big as we kind of enter this almost mid-game, I would say, at this point. The early game's kind of done. Nexus already essentially has a weapon set up. Shura has to figure that problem out currently.
Yep. Also, to give you guys an update, ASIM, if you're here as well, the next match has been, will be rescheduled to a later date. Sirius got called into work. Sirius had someone, he got called into work, so he would be getting like 3 hours of sleep before work tomorrow. And Ra also said that the game would be very late for him too. So we're going to go ahead and reschedule. That game will be rescheduled for some point during the season. I'm going to be coming out with a full season schedule tomorrow, so I'm just going to work that in there, and we'll figure that out.
Ever flexible Hooser, our benevolent lord and Bingo Baron. I'm really curious to see what they both choose to do here now that they're in Liurnia. There's a lot of options. Hell, even... I'm surprised Nexus... I don't know if Shura did. I know Nexus skipped Millicent's Church, but Sacred Flask +5. He could already have +2 if he did that in Bellum. It's like... obviously not huge, but, you know, something to think about. He is leveling the Arcane, and he's looking at the Avatar. Yeah, Nexus is going to go try Bloodflame Talons on the Avatar. I'm really curious to see how good this is.
It doesn't bleed, though.
It doesn't, but I obviously had a very leveled character trying it out, but the damage was actually really good on its own.
And Shura's going to do Tree Scent here for the Halberd check.
Smart.
It's a, not only, it will, A, it's a tree boss, so it still does help him, but B, like, he wants to know what Nexus got.
Yeah, that timing on Torrent might kind of give it away. That was a really fast tree sent into Torrent only. I think the assumption would be he had to have found something. Which is a
Man, the
very,
hammer was so much better than the large club, by the way. I thought the large club would actually be better. It's totally not. All right. Nexus is doing Bloodflame Talons on this Avatar.
Oh, and I can spam it too? Yo, this is nasty.
not
Okay, we're
bad.
good.
Not great. That is definitely usable.
I made the right decision.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of Tree Scent, we've not often you see Bloodflame
fine.
Talons.
Oopsie poopsie.
Yeah, weird incant. I think a lot of people are very unfamiliar with it.
Dude,
which
this
might
is-
have something to do
why
with
is
that.
this
And you can see
spammable?
there what I mean. Like, it is very
It's so
quick for an
good.
incant.
Yo, this is cracked.
And an actual stagger with an incant as well.
I like Nexus just
Dude!
screamed, "This is cracked," as his voice cracked. That was incredible.
Why we love Nexus.
Nicely done by Nexus there.
Now both Diags shut down in row 4 building for Nexus. Although row 4 not great, in all honesty.
Double stat dump.
Double stat dump is crazy. Now if Moog Lord of Blood was on the board,
Now.
if that was
Remembrance.
the case,
Remembrance boss, remembrance weapon only on Moog Lord of Blood to double stat dump.
there you
Cinema. Dude, that would be the most psychotic play, but I actually think there's a chance it would somehow work.
Yeah, and that was just a great boss choice for Nexus too. I see some people suggesting Clean Rot Knight for that, which it would work really well against, but obviously you get your tree boss in one of your avatars and some Physic Flask tiers right there. Like pretty hard to pass up on that when you also get a square.
Yeah, it arguably would have been better on the Clean Rot because they are still pretty weak to fire and like they would bleed. But
Yep.
it was so good on the avatar, and you get a lot more synergy off the avatar.
Yeah, and to answer another question, the arcane required for that is 15. So that incant is pretty much always wieldable with Outer God Heirloom, and you can probably usually just level into it in a bingo match.
I think they're both going to kill this tree scent. I think they're both going to kill the Knight's Cab for Ice Spear.
Interesting.
They're going to go Ice Spear on this, and it's pretty good.
Yeah, this is actually a much better choice than Hoarfrost Stomp. Ice Spear is legitimately good.
Yeah, Hoarfrost, I mean, Hoarfrost has some uses, but overall it's just to put cold on the weapon.
Yeah.
Ice Spear is very strong. Shura gets screamed by the troll and staggered and then hit by the Knight's Cab.
Shura is just...
It is a bad day for Shura.
Yeah, he's starting to have
he does get a better weapon.
Not even necessarily errors that are his fault. Obviously, like missing a skip could be considered that, but I think he knows it. That's just really unlucky.
Fucking 3-1 right now.
It's a lot of little stuff.
Time to kill. This is
Lucky's not on his side.
I don't really care too much about wasting time here. Dude, can you fucking stop being a dickhead though? That'd be cool.
And now Shura going Grafted Scion.
Dude.
As we watch Nexus clean this up.
Meat check! Alright, we're good.
Little meat check from Nexus.
Give me the Ash of War.
Every time he reposts a Knight's Cab, he says that.
Right.
It never gets old. Never gets old.
Yeah, but he really, that was from the soul. That was from the soul.
Nexus is just hyping himself up. I think he expected to be in a lot more danger in this game. And now that he's really creating all the threats and shutting everything down, I think he's feeling a lot better. Because I know last night, at least, he was pretty nervous. There was a lot of, I don't want to play Shura. He plays weird, but I think at this point, now that he's in the game and playing really well, that's all gone.
He is going to get sniped on Scion.
He's running right into this snipe.
Yeah, Rambler bringing a new expression into term. I'm going to butcher this. Leo de Trino. Leo de Trino? Meaning practice lion. Practice lion. It's a term for someone who's really good at practice but struggles when the lights are bright. Called Nexus a food safety inspector the way that meat got checked.
Bro, it was an aggressive check. I'm calling a foul on the play.
Yeah. Dude, he looked like Draymond Green there.
This. And now Shura entering Scion with a +8. Not too bad.
Yeah.
And also this is Shura. Low Vig, I think some of us would be nervous here. As you can see, it's a good amount of damage, and this guy will just combo you. Ooh. Just out of range there. Oh no. He will now be behind after that death.
Did he grab the grace?
I think he did. Please don't have been too egotistical.
Okay,
Shura.
he did get the grace, but he's behind, and Nexus has Ice Spear.
Yeah, Nexus is going to have, I believe, a little range here and Frost.
Don't get you right.
I have a hard time imagining he'll die. His Vig bar is also just a little better.
Yeah.
Oh, geez, yeah. That is great damage.
Yeah, Shura's going to get into the fight, but... Yeah, because even during the scream, Nexus can just spam an Ice Spear.
And if it doesn't hit on the shield, that is chunking damage. It was maybe a little greedy out of Nexus, but it's going to pay off. That damage is crazy.
Yep, that's it for Nexus. Shura's going to get sniped here.
You just choose to pivot out.
It just dies.
Yeah.
Yep. Also, I saw a question about the count. The count is unofficial. That is purely just the players. It would be nice if the refs and stuff could count, but there is just for broadcast. But there was not that functionality. Looks like Nexus is now going for bell-bearing hunters.
I think so.
And so is Shura.
Oof.
The thing is, I don't think Nexus can stop. Like Shura, they have the same weapon level-wise, but Nexus has Frost and Ice Spear. It's going to be a lot faster.
Yeah, and like maybe Shura's execution is normally slightly better on bosses, but that
like,
is not enough of a difference.
I mean,
here.
also bell-bearing hunters, like most people's execution is pretty damn close to perfect for the most.
Yeah,
like they're very.
You get them in a loop and you win.
They're like riding a bike. Like once you learn bell-bearing hunters, you know how to do them.
Although getting this bell-bearing hunter to spawn is a pain in the ass.
It might not be nighttime. Shit, I need to fucking.
Nexus,
I'm
remember
pretty
to
sure
make
it's
it
nighttime,
nighttime
but
first.
rainy, fucking
It's always hard to tell
cloudy
in the
Liurnia
area.
all looks the same. So.
Yeah, they're gonna be neck and neck. I have the hiccups.
That'll happen to you. Yeah, it will be neck and neck.
The thing is, I know Nexus knows the fastest way to do this. I don't know if Shura does.
Yep. You do.
It's
Which
Radagon
dialogue
quit
is
out,
it?
Radagon quit out.
There's the first Radagon.
Yeah, I thought you had to do the Renala stuff, but you don't.
Oh, he went Renala actually. Radagon, Renala, 2 quit outs, and this should be the bell-bearing hunter.
Mm-hmm.
There
All right,
it
there's
is.
the bell-bearing hunter for Nexus. Doesn't even need the
And
jump
there's the
R2
stagger.
on the grab because he gets the stagger.
A little bold. He probably could have snuck in the jump after that, but unless he's very familiar with poise values, I'd assume he was expecting to get the jump
And
after.
Shura goes down.
Oh no.
This is just a very
Things just keep getting worse for sure.
yeah.
In uncharacteristic ways.
I mean, this is the second time we've seen it happen for sure. Too, just like an uncharacteristic game.
Yeah.
All right, that's one. And another Liurnia boss. That's 4. This is why I got this.
Yeah, it looks like Shura's pivoting out here. Let's see where he goes.
I mean, tough call to make if you're Shura. What do you even do here?
You have a nosebleed last night, Roddy?
Yep. Little nosebleed, it happens. A little dry, a little dehydrated. This lovely mountain air.
Mm-hmm.
But we dealt with it. We persevered, which I hope Shura can do here as well.
Yep. Stay hard.
Stay hard, baby. I don't even know. Like,
Well, Nexus is just trying to shut down the board, right? Bell-bearing Hunters
Yeah.
is so good for him. It's a Liurnia boss and stuff, but also it shuts down 2 more bingos. So the only bingos that's going to be left for... Oh, is Nexus going to die to
I
Bernie
should've, though.
Bingo?
Bernie Bingo. It's the GOAT.
not the most unlikely thing. This fight may be harder than the actual bell-bearing
Bernie's
hunter.
world. We're just all living in it. You know what I'm saying? This is also a Colossal check, I think. Or
Our
no, it's a
beloved
Great
Burn
Hammer,
Nasty
isn't it?
falls once again.
Shit. I don't think
Beast
that's
Claw
a
Great
Colossal.
Hammer. I want to see that used at some point this season. I
Actually-
don't think it'll happen.
Decent weapon. Maybe on a dry seed you could use it.
The problem is the faith is high and like it's not that good, but like it is theoretically usable. It's kind of like Onyx Lord Greatsword, but for faith.
Yep. Where is Shura heading now?
I think to EG.
Yep. There's
there's two
square for
bell-bearing hunters.
Nexus.
My guess now is, I'm gonna guess that Nexus finishes up
we'll go from there.
avatars here, just to shut down the board, and then he can do whatever the hell he wants.
Yeah. I mean, maybe makes the run to EG here.
Yeah, because
Feels a
Nexus
little weird.
can do one more avatar. That's a Liurnia boss. As well, puts him at 5.
Yep, 2 avatars. That'll be 5 Liurnia bosses, 5 Physic Flask tiers, 2 tree bosses.
I mean, obviously it's been an unfortunate start from Shura, but like hell of a game so far from Nexus. Just played really, really well.
Yeah.
I mean, we say like it's almost impossible to win if you have 6-minute pace for squares, it's almost impossible to lose. And yeah,
Pretty much on that pace.
yeah, pretty much.
We'll see here if he can clean up another one quick and stay on it. But yeah, this is for the first 30 minutes. This is just so aggressive.
Yeah.
He should. It's unfortunate for Shura because he should probably, if he can win Scion, then he can win Bellbearing Hunters, right?
Yeah.
But obviously, you get 2 deaths in there, and there's no chance that's happening when it's as
And
close
Serpent
as it is.
Bone Blade for sure. For sure.
He probably just needs to stick with Banished Knights at this point. I understand checking Yura. It's so fast, right? With spinning strikes. Like, might as well, but he needs to be moving as fast as he can. He needs to identify some pretty ideal synergy and go for it, which this play, if he's heading towards Weeping for the Avatar, you can pick up Faith Tier on the way. Or is he going for Fort Height?
I think he's going for Dectus.
Fair enough.
I think his hope is just to pray to God that Nexus sits on doesn't go for like row 3, and I think he's gonna try to get into Altus to do something here
sense.
with like that row 3 with Draconic and do a trio flash charges avatars, but my guess is Nexus is going to go nip that in the butt right now. God, these hiccups are bad.
It'll happen. Get a drink, chug it, you'll feel better. Yeah, Nexus probably bell him up to the tree avatar.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe Makar into Altus. I kind of doubt it, but you could get your +8. You could get most of your 3s there and your 4s to get Banished Knights up to +12. Maybe not necessary, but it is definitely a play here.
Especially, obviously, like you can't give too much into like recency bias, but especially after a not the best performance from Nartok but a nice win, right? Like Nexus is making a real statement here in the Recusants division. If you don't know, so the way that these standings and everything are split, so the players are split into 2 divisions of 9 players, the Redmains and the Recusants. Players will play everyone in their division during the regular season. And then unlike most sports leagues, the playoffs are cross-division. So the 1 seed Redmain will play the 4 seed Recusant and vice versa in playoffs.
Should be a fun little twist on it, playing people you haven't played yet, because we're all going to play each other at some point. So keeping it so playoffs aren't rematches, but instead, real tests, especially for the lower seeds, is good.
Yeah, this is a really strong statement from Nexus early, because he's going to get this avatar. Also, this avatar drops 3 physic tiers, so that'll put him at 5.
Yep.
And another Liurnia boss.
It's a pretty long run over here, which I think is why this avatar can get overlooked occasionally. But on this board, it is far too tempting.
Also, that Nexus could go if he really. I think the best final Liurnia boss for Nexus might be the Black Knife, because you get the Cerulean, like either the Black Knife or I guess you could do the Bloodhound. For the Cerulean Talisman.
Yeah, with him setting up Dectus, probably no Makar, even though I love seeing people do Precipice. It's just, it takes too much time, so fair enough.
Well, I think we're seeing a rise in smithing routes. I'm really happy, actually. we thought about buffing the smithing route even more before the season, and I think that would have been a serious misstep because the smithing route is becoming very strong.
Yeah, with the addition of all the weapons into the checks, specifically shop weapons, there's just a much larger pool, which means you're far less likely to find a good somber weapon, which I think initially everyone struggled with, but the workaround has been the smithing route's really good. You get a frost weapon, which it takes a little longer to get online, but outside of like the S tier somber weapons, it's almost always a better option.
Yeah, in theory, the somber route is faster, but the smithing route is more consistent. You are just more likely to find a good smithing weapon. Especially like
frost.
Already?
I mean, for a lot of the mid game, you can just rock like a +6 with frost and bleed if you have a weapon with native bleed, and you're gonna cook.
At that point, you barely need weapon level, right?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It will fall off late, especially with things like BBK, gold free.
Yeah, we're good.
Nexus getting cheesed by that avatar right there. I've never seen that. Dude just decided to climb.
He has the high ground, Anakin. Don't try it.
Kind of unbelievable.
Yeah.
And just spamming the star attack too. It's what, 3-4 times?
You know what? I should have a blue flask. Ow.
Yeah, I said this earlier. I think the putrids are a lot easier because
blue flask.
Not only is the star attack annoying to deal with, but you kind of have to run away, right? It takes you out of the flow. Like we saw Chris run off torrent and then get hit because of dismount iframe.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah. The putrids are just more likely to get in that loop, right, of shooting their rod out. They almost always, I believe they have more health across the board compared to every other avatar you're going to be doing, but like, it doesn't matter if it's easier to hit.
Nexus potentially buying Shura time because he's going for the physic tiers here instead of just straight to weeping.
Yeah.
And Nexus is going for the diamond. The diamond, the giant diamond all the way around the board.
It's unstoppable.
Yeah.
Shura is still, I mean, he sees avatars and tiers, obviously. Not having ice spear is really going to cost him. That death is just so unfortunate on that Knight's Cav.
That was the one, too, where it was just like, the other stuff like was just poor execution by him. That one was very unlucky. Because the troll hit him, and then he was stunned from the troll, and the Knight's Cap finished him. Like, they worked in tandem.
You don't expect that to be a duo fight when you get there, but it definitely can be.
Oh!
Very lucky.
Okay, Nexus is just going straight to weeping. Yep.
Yeah, get your third avatar here. Pick up 3 more tiers. He'll be ahead of Shura by a large margin. He can just go grab like the strength and int tier after this, I believe.
Or just do just on your way to go get like set up third shirt, or not even third shirt, just go to the charge attack and stamina tier.
Yeah. I have to imagine the braces he have are better for strength and int tier, but that is a good reason to head that way, I guess, is the question.
Plus, weeping's
right?
so good for sacred +5.
Yeah. I might actually be doing first here.
I think he's getting this grace for later. He also wants to, he said he wants to fix his flask because he wants a blue. Normally, you don't always need a blue.
Yeah, when
with most weapons, you don't really need a blue, right? Like you might use the Ash of War a little bit, but you don't really need a flask.
Yeah, I mean, it's a weird situation, right? Like, because this is not fully a death's poker where you're just gonna rely on the Ash of War, but you could. Ice Spear kind of, I believe,
Making my
showing
way
itself for the
downtown,
first time.
walking fast,
Maybe it was in
faces
qualifiers,
pass,
but
and I know my.
I've heard a lot of people talking about this. I just hadn't seen it yet, and it is absolutely disgusting.
Ah!
Nexus has been stepped
dude,
on
fucking
3
asshole,
times today.
man. Why are they? Why?
This might be the most
dude?
dangerous Erdtree avatar. I think it's very easy to just be like, eh,
You
I'll
don't
bonk
have
him.
the right to be cringe.
Like, he's so
You
low
can stop
scaled.
that now.
But he can kill you if you just
Sure,
decide
please,
to
buddy,
not
do
dodge, as I've
something.
learned.
Shura's going Dragon Barrow Avatar, but it's not going to matter unless
Don't let me
Nexus.
get this.
Even if he throws, there's just no way to catch up by choosing this avatar.
Yeah.
It's a little bold.
Oh, sure. Oh my god.
Yeah, Nexus feels bad for Shura. He feels like a bully.
Yeah. I mean, if you look at this board, that's what it feels like.
Yeah.
Nexus talking about getting the diamond right now. Unfortunate.
I mean, he has so many options to bingo too. What's
Yeah.
crazy is he could do what Shura said. He can threaten column 1 and column 5, and then with stat dumps on both, Shura can't block him.
He just has to pick, right?
Yeah.
Especially with Crucible Knights, Putrid Crystallian Trio, DTS.
Shura is gonna.
like,
Okay, I thought he was gonna pivot out. He's gonna keep going for this for the rune so that he can block something with a stat dump.
he's got to pick a stat dump now. Not a great spot to be in.
Yeah.
Don't know what you do.
Yeah, Nexus did realize he did not stay long enough to get the final 2 physic tiers from that avatar, so he went back to get them, and now he'll get the next 2.
Oh, Shura. Oh. Everything compounding just to ruin his day, man.
But he has center square though.
He got center square. Is he gonna stick it or just grab his runes?
He's gonna stick it.
Might as well. I mean, what are your other options here? He's not getting Liurnia bosses. He's not getting tree bosses. With 10 physic tiers, maybe Weeping's a good guess. You're probably not getting Misbegottens. There's just not enough synergy left on the board for sure to do much here.
Did Shaka coach Shura?
Oh no, who said that? Oh no. Shaka catching strays? I mean, I tell you what, brother, it certainly looks like it, but that's not what's happening. Nexus returning to Frenzied Flame Village as Shura continues his work on this putrid avatar.
Yeah, Nexus is gonna go for the Black Knife as his final Liurnia boss, and that will give him the Cerulean Talisman.
Oh, Shura did pick up Horfrost Stomp. I did miss
Yeah.
that. Now he's being patient. And there is like one advantage to being down this bad, and it's hard to call it an advantage, obviously, down 7-1, but I think it does just make you like settle in. You just go, all right, like
Yeah.
I have to do stuff, like regardless of how I do, it feels like it doesn't matter. So
Yeah.
I know in most cases people just tend to get better fights because they've kind of chilled out. Like you don't feel any pressure.
Yeah. Well, you got to wonder though, is Nexus on performance enhancing drugs? Because he does listen to his, and I quote, white girl bangers while he plays.
Yes.
Maybe those calm him down.
You have to believe it. We should get a check. I don't know who's in charge in the league, but we do want to check on Nexus after this performance.
Yeah.
There could be something in his water and or food. And I think it's only fair to make sure, there's no PEDs in this league, right?
Yeah. Yep. Well, I'm the only one who I think is on PEDs in the sense of Adderall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is true. It's true.
I legitimately kind of am, though. If you watch me play without Adderall, I suck shit. I'm so bad.
Who's getting distracted by the walls?
Yeah.
We're about to see the putrid avatar fight. For the love of God, Shura.
Shura, close this. All right,
Close
Shura
it out,
gets
big
that.
Man, let's go. That's my dog. That's my guy. And Nexus now, this is going to be painful.
Dickhead.
I am upset to
Die.
not see Nexus hit the double mark with the Erdtree Watchdog that is
Motherfucker, stop dodging.
in Liurnia,
Alright, you know what?
but I
I'm just
understand
gonna-
it. This is definitely a better play.
Can you?
And there's Liurnia bosses. I mean, it feels like a good move to just go clean up tree bosses here if you're
Yeah.
Nexus.
I mean, honestly,
Watchdog
3
and
Crucible
Lingrave.
Knights for Nexus. He could get a double. He's not in Altus yet, so Crucible Knight Misbegotten Warrior duo could be a bit of a play because that's a Crucible Knight and a Misbegotten boss.
Yeah.
He is just gonna go clean up tree bosses here though with the Watchdog and Stormhill.
Yeah. Crucible Knight Misbegotten makes a lot of sense into the Tunnel Misbegotten here. Get your 1 tunnel, your 2 bosses, and 1 of your Crucible Knights.
Yeah.
Pretty strong play.
Yeah, I think honestly, like we've seen it. I think we've seen it a few. I don't think Nexus has played like his. This is one of the best games Nexus has played, but I think like overall, I think week 1 jitters have gotten to more than a few people.
Yeah.
Sucks, but happens.
Yeah, nerves are a hard thing to deal with, I think, for anyone. Especially those of us that haven't competed. It's a pretty new thing. I've competed a lot in obviously recreational or high school sports.
Yeah.
And it's very different for whatever reason. So I have to imagine for people that are pretty unfamiliar with any form of competition, which we don't know what these players do, obviously, in terms of that, but it's got to be brutal. Like people like Nartok and Nexus who are actually more familiar with this, you can kind of see it in their decisiveness and when you hear them talk, how calm they are.
Yeah,
versus the dead silence you hear in the players who are nervous generally.
Because obviously Sirius didn't play this week, but in terms of the bingo rookies in Ratty, Shura, and Ellie, it seems like looks like all 3 of them are going to go down week 1, which happens, right? Experience matters mainly just due to pressure, right?
Yeah.
You can practice all you want, you can't simulate a game situation. You just can't.
It's much harder to make decisions in game. You second guess yourself a little more. You're just that much more worried and tense, which makes fights a little less consistent.
Yep.
And this will be the final tree boss. Maybe we won't see the diamond here,
Another
unfortunately.
tree boss.
Yeah.
Our
That
last
pressure
one.
on row 1 is starting to look very, very scary if you're Shura.
Yeah, and actually all of last season's Golden Order players, except Durf, who obviously played Rambler, who was also a Golden Order player last season, will get the win. We'll get a win this week. We'll have already done it, except for Rod didn't play yet. But early on in the league, experience clearly showing that it does matter.
Yeah. I think you saw it in qualifiers as well, right? People that maybe could have made Golden Order played not as we expected them to, which can be boiled down to nerves, and especially week 1 now, I think you're seeing experience take a bit of a lead. I'd imagine as the season goes on, this will iron out, and maybe people that are underdogs will start winning more, is what I'll tell myself to cope.
Yeah. Well, like the nerves are a really real thing. Like Jurors, he very nearly qualified and also is a great Crucible player. Like he said it best. He's like, all day when I have a bingo match, a competitive game, it's like, I'm nervous. Like I'm thinking about it. It's on my mind all day. And then like I play and he said it, winning a bingo match is the closest thing I'll ever to get to like beating Malekith for the first time or something like that.
Yeah.
And I think that's why a lot of these guys play, right? These people who love this game as much as we all do, right? Like you love the thrill of, beating a big boss or, winning a bingo game, right? And
100%. I think we're talking about the nerves, but there definitely is a thrill that comes with it. I know in both the games I've lost to Chris and then to Moody this week, even though I was behind when I started making plays mid game that I felt like were even just bringing me back in, it felt so good. Like it is a little addictive in the sense of like, it's a lot of fun to be in even those situations. I think the nerves do dissipate somewhat.
Mm-hmm. Nexus is going for Misbegotten bosses here. Death Knight's long half axe, another weapon that I hope to see at some point this season. It's quite an interesting match, and that weapon, and that one is a lot more bingo viable.
Yeah, I'm unfamiliar with it. I do see Death Knight's twin axes a lot. I know those are not.
Those
really
aren't
feasible.
good though. Yeah. Honestly, if you're gonna use them, you're better off just one-handing them because the two-handed moveset on axes is so bad.
Yeah. Nexus going to clean up probably Sacred Flash charges, and the pressure on this board between row 1 and column 2 is going to be tough.
Yeah, I think the idea here for sure is like you kill this guy and you can set yourself. Maybe you could even get a double with like remembrance / colossal stat dumps as well off of this. Like it is going to help him
and Misbegottens.
Yeah, like it is a good play and it's going to help him get squares back. But I mean,
it's going to be it's too late.
Yeah, it's unfortunately too late.
Like it's tough. He'd have to snipe everything, right? Like that's the position you're in. Like you can't even go to claim synergy really anymore. I think your play has to be find what your opponent is doing.
Yeah.
Which
nicely done. Nice, very 50-50. Nice for Don kill for Shura there.
Yeah, that was clean.
But, Nexus now going for the Viridian, like going for Crimson Cerulean Viridian. He already has the Cerulean. He's going to get the Viridian here, and then the Crimson one's just from a merchant. He's going to grab that one from the merchant on the way to go kill Leonine for Misbegotten bosses. Like the pace here from Nexus is just obscene.
Yeah. We will see some fun Castle Morn skips out of Nexus.
Yeah. Because Misbegotten bosses, Crimson Cerulean Viridian, and Sacred Flasks. After that, he'll only need one more square, and that'll clean up the game.
Yeah, and there's squares that are fast. Like, just even trying to decide between Crystallian Trio, DTS, or like Ritual Pots.
Okay.
Like,
I guess I missed that. My bad.
It's going to be almost impossible. You could go tunnels.
Yeah.
Like, these are hard guesses.
Or you could just go for stats and, like, even if you don't, like...
You just
try to get a dump
one
/
Arcane and
and worst get like RL60 as well, right? Just start killing Dragon Barrel bosses for money. Shura's gonna do Crucible Knight Misbegotten Warrior duo. This will give him a Crucible Knight and a Misbegotten boss.
Probably gonna be too late on the Misbegottens, but he might be able to get Crucible Knights if we get pushed that far.
Yeah. Yeah, and he is just holding his runes. I think he's hoping to somehow get the double stat dump.
Yeah, I mean, you need that. That helps a lot in terms of the guessing game you're going to have to play. Makes your life a lot harder. You're going to have no VIG, no damage stats, but like that's the position you're in, right?
Oh no, and Shura does die there.
Yeah, a little hyper armor didn't get the stagger out of the Misbegotten.
Well, it wasn't even the high. Yeah, it was. He would have gotten it, but the charge R2's that double slash, so it's a little too slow.
Gotta stick it because you need those runes too.
Yeah. In Nexus's pace is, I mean, part of it's because he has an open board, right? But the pace is absurd. Because he's about to get the Crimson Talisman here that will finish Crimson Cerulean Viridian.
Yeah, and I believe we'll need to find, I think he already has one of those sacred tears in his inventory. This might be the last one. Could be wrong on that, though. Yeah. Ensure second attempt going decent. Doing the jump attacks, which I actually like a lot on the halberd move set. I know the general consensus is just like poke. And on to the Crucible Knight. It is important in this fight, a small detail of making sure you get that Misbegotten dead before the Crucible Knight wanders over to you. It's kind of a damage check fight in that sense, because a single Crucible Knight isn't too bad.
Yeah, I actually remember in my first casual playthrough, I did all bosses except these guys. They pissed me off so much.
Oh, yeah. You have
Because
to bring down that
I thought,
Misbegotten.
I knew about Radon, but I thought, I didn't realize you had to, like, how to get the festival on. So, like, I fought these guys before I went to Altus, and it was horrific.
Dangerous game.
I think it was the only fight I just straight rage quit and was like, yeah, this is impossible.
There we go. Shura baiting out both of the ranged attacks before healing.
I mean, Nexus is going to go greed for the synergy with the Misbegotten. He's going to go for... Except he's not even been to Altus, so he can just go straight for Crucible Knight Misbegotten Warrior duo.
Mm-hmm. Which actually is a pretty long run into and through the castle from here.
Yeah. There's a little skip in the castle that if you know how to do it will save you a little time. It's not really a skip, even you just jump over the railing, so you don't actually have to run through it.
Yeah.
All the way.
I didn't even realize that was a skip. I just do that.
Yeah, it's technically it's not with the intended path at all, but
Shura sitting on one heal here, but getting good dodges, has the low health, should be able to get a... I can't remember if Crucible Knight's Frost ever. I believe they do.
They do Frost, yeah.
They don't bleed.
Mm-hmm. Now, do you think do Crucible Knights not bleed because the armor's too thick or because they're like undead soldiers?
Surely it's a mix of both.
Like, are Crucible Knights human or are they like skeleton? Are they like Death Knights?
They're made of wood.
What?
I don't know. Don't ask me why. I don't know where I picked that up. That has just been my belief.
Mm-hmm.
Much like Erd Tree avatars or something. There's no lore to back that up.
So Crucible Knights tree bosses confirmed?
I think so. I think we should definitely add them into the pool for tree bosses. It's a crazy take, I know, but for some reason that just makes sense to me.
Also, this is a colossal check too for Remembrance Colossal.
Yeah.
And you can't get the worst Colossal, which is Ruin's Greatsword. It's actually a pretty good weapon, but the stats on it are horrific, so that's why it's the worst for bingo.
Yep. We'll see what it is here.
Swyhander, that's actually the best one you could get.
Yeah, very usable. I believe you can put... Can you put Ice Spear on it? That Ice Spear might be...
I don't think you can put
Colossals.
Ice Spear on
I
it.
think it excludes Colossals.
Yeah.
Could put Horfrost Stomp. I imagine if he does go that square, he'll just use it and beat up Godric.
Mm-hmm. Shura is now going for Scaly. I think he's going to get sniped here, though. Unless Nexus skill issues.
I mean, the run is pretty quick here for sure.
I mean, also, the other question is how close... Is Nexus close at all to a stat dump? He has 57k. He's going to get a good amount of money.
Yeah.
Fucking hell of a statement game by Nexus, by the way.
Yeah. I mean, This is an insane board to look at.
Yeah.
Like, he has pretty much sniped Shura on everything. Has made all the correct decisions as well, just in terms of placement. Like,
Shura could get this, actually. Shura might get it.
yeah. No, the run is fast enough and the
Or I
boss
could
is
just
easy
do.
enough. Shura could beat him to it for sure.
I won't majority bingo.
Depends on how good Ice Spear is, right? That's kind of
I'll
been
do
the
stat
defining
dump. I don't wanna be
factor of this
disrespectful.
game was Shura missing out on Ice Spear.
Even though, actually, no, the stat dump is definitely the best play here. It's the least snipeable because there's still 2 of them.
Nexus already planning stat dump. It would be pretty impressive if 180k.
Dagger.
I mean, the thing is, Shura would have to get both
You
stat
see that? I
dumps.
just murdered your
Yeah.
friend. Fuck you. What are you gonna do about it? Hopefully not anything. I hope
Shura
you
will
don't do
get
anything about it. I
misbegotten
hope you just
unless
let me kill you. That'd
He
be
pulls a
appreciated.
Dino
Thank
and
you.
dies to Scaly.
You go first. Shout out.
Yeah, and I mean, we kind of see the results of him
good damage.
saving all that is low health. It's a crazy death, but it can happen. Ice Spear is crazy.
It's so good. All right, that will be misbegotten bosses for Shura.
I forgot to get a blue flask. Whatever. Oh, thank God.
That's
Holy
tough.
shit, he did something. Thank you. That just makes his match loss longer, though. So you'd like. Alright. Whatever, man. I guess. I'm still gonna do this for the Crucible Knight. There's no reason not to, I feel like.
And Shura pivoting straight to Crucible Knights, it looks
Also
like.
want the runes. This will be a good amount of runes. So, oh, you piece of shit. Just die, man.
I honestly would like to see him at least check the stat dumps at this point.
Yeah.
Let me heal. Thank
I
you.
mean, there's just no way he can double dump. It's just not. Unless he started with crazy high int and arcane.
Yeah, I mean, if you started with like 15 of each, theoretically.
Wow.
Yeah, but when are you ever picking a class that starts with 15 int and arcane?
Yeah, right.
Oh, this is far from a
That's
clean
30
fight.
levels, which I think is doable
It's
with
fine, it doesn't really need to be.
180,000.
I wish I had more blue, though.
But I can't imagine
Really
the
should have
stats
had
were that
that.
high. Nexus also has the advantage of having dumped into 15 arcane already. He's pretty much halfway
Can you
there.
fucking stop, man?
Now, if Nexus pivots here,
I think
Into
Nexus is gonna go for
Just die,
Godric Colossal
man.
after this.
Oh my god.
Because if it's not
Oh,
enough,
okay,
if
never
he
mind.
doesn't have enough
You
to
say.
stat dump now, he will after that, and then that would be his final 2 squares.
yeah.
All right, Crucible Knight.
Honestly, maybe Godric first for sure would have made sense.
No, he's
It's
going.
in the two.
Okay, he's going trio. He might if he's able to stat dump now. Nope, I was right. Godric Colossal.
Could also be Crucible Knights. That would be the weirdest
Well,
choice.
it does set up well
No.
because Godric Colossal sets up Crucible Knights as well, right?
Yeah. Unlock the one in Stormvale.
All right, so that's Shura's second Crucible Knight.
Going for the third one. They'll be neck and neck running into Stormvale.
If I was Nexus,
you-
I would just sit at some point. I think he has enough for 30 arcane.
Yeah, that should be.
After Margit, I think he definitely will.
Yeah.
They're both going Stormvale.
I'm happy sure I got another square. That's good.
Oh, Margit just standing.
Any standers?
The greatest move in Elden Ring right there.
Oh, the Ice Spear on the jump. That was hot.
That was
And then
really
Ice
good.
Spear into a stagger. Ugh.
The poise damage
Nasty.
on Ice Spear
Right,
Ash of
after.
War almost feels like you're giving the
Shura
halberd a
started
charge
with
back.
9 faith and 8 arcane.
Get that too. I can get in. It doesn't matter. I have enough runes for both, I'm sure. I'm level 20. I have 85k. Even if I don't.
Yeah, and then Nexus is gonna probably grab Int here.
Yeah. I mean, Shura is actually not far
140,000.
off, but
Yeah, I was gonna say Shura might be able to sneak it. I didn't quite see how close he was or what it cost.
he was at like low 20s. If he eats Radahn's Remembrance, maybe.
Tough to sell
Margaret
that
Runes
remembrance
plus
here.
Radahn Remembrance.
Could do it. It'd be a really interesting play.
Mm-hmm.
Peeler check would have been good. Might have been able to snake Grail.
Yeah.
Which is a really odd thing to say considering, you know, how generally useless that is. But on this board. Did Nexus just roll at the top of the stairs instead of jump?
Yeah, I have a feeling that was a misinput.
It's a terrifying thing to see.
Yeah.
All right. Nexus is going to grab Secluded South and probably head straight to Godric. Yeah.
Secluded Cell, actually.
Fly
If you're
in.
going straight to Godric, so this way's slower, actually.
Yeah, I think he's setting up the Crucible Knight. Or not. Oh, no, yeah. Just a little bingo optimization there. Pull the lever, thin grab the Grace.
God, the
Nexus looking to
Shura's,
see.
even the Ballistas don't have it out for Shura today.
Yeah, sometimes, bro, the game just doesn't let you play.
Yeah. Computer says no.
I think we've all had it happen at some point.
Fucking hate colossal weapons, so I don't really. I mean, I have Vig, but like, I don't know. I really
Nexus
just want to
hating on
minimize the margin
colossal
of error
weapons.
here. I just want this to be over.
Gain to 12 squares here and then literally do anything.
Yeah.
Probably. Probably 30 int.
Yeah, he has to. After Godric, it has to be enough for 30 in.
What? Okay.
And like just a dominant game from Nexus, but really like uncharacteristic and unfortunate for Shura.
Yeah.
Maybe
I'm
it was
sure Shura
nerve.
will bounce back, but hell of a statement from Nexus.
Yeah.
Oh, you
Like,
bitch.
Especially when I think,
What?
I don't
Input
think
Q. Cringe. I'm not gonna be able to hit him here now.
a lot of players had the week one jitters. And
Yep.
for Nexus to have such a dominant performance week one,
That just speaks to experience,
I should have
right?
went for their post. That was my fault.
yeah, and you know there were some washed allegations.
Bad
washed
and
up next.
cringe.
Nexus
Yep.
up
I
washed.
get that hit. Whatever.
I know I've been talking a lot of trash to Nexus.
Yeah, yeah, you can't really talk shit after this one.
No.
Stagger. Yeah.
Unfortunate.
Because even though Shura did not play his best game, Nexus has not made a single mistake.
No. Even if Shura plays pretty optimally, like I think
yeah,
I
Nexus
think I
still
can
makes
charge
this
heavy
work.
here with a colossal.
Yeah, I don't.
Dodge.
I don't care who you are. Like if Nexus plays like this, it's very, very, very hard to win. Nigh on impossible.
Okay.
Should be about done here. And
Yeah.
We'll see Colossal
Not dead, really.
into 30
Just
inch.
die, man.
And that'll be GG's.
Yep, that should be GG's.
And that'll probably be game. Pretty sure the Grace is actually like over here.
Still optimizing. Nexus really respecting his opponents. I've been listening in the entire time. And there was a lot of stupid stuff he could have done.
120k runes.
And I do like how he...
got
Holy
fucking
shit,
dog
Shura
pussy,
got 30
man.
in.
Just let me end the game.
Shura got
dude.
30 in.
Actual dick.
Let's go, Shura.
Actual fucking
I
asshole.
was talking
Just
like
let
it's
me
over.
end
Nah, the
game,
comeback
man.
begins now.
The comeback
Shura,
is
my
on.
dog. Come on, dude.
And now he's gonna go get Crucibles.
Let's
He's gonna
go,
snipe Nexus
Shura.
on Crucibles. Let's fucking go.
Come on, baby. This is what it's all about.
Yeah.
That's so good. I was giving the wrapping up statement, and Shura comes in and says, "No, I'm gonna take this one just a little farther."
Yeah.
And he's gonna beat him on Crucible Nights too. Come on, please. It'll be so funny. Yo, this is beautiful, actually.
Nexus gets sniped on every square for the rest of the game. Hey, he's behind on Altus.
He is. Remembrance is now a Shura square. When the night is darkest, our Lord and Savior Shura is about to pull through.
If Shura somehow comes back and wins, this is the greatest comeback in the history of sports.
I mean, there's a world where this finishes like 13-2. Shura actually making it respectable.
Bro! Fuck off, Shura.
Nexus
Oh
doesn't
my god,
like
I'm
this.
just gonna go do tunnels then. Fuck you, man. Oh my god, dude. He's so annoying.
Let's see. Pivot. Yo, Shura can read the pivot to tunnels here.
Shura, just turn on ER tool, start fucking screen sniping.
Dude, Shura, pull up the stream. We won't hold it against you. Nexus is mad, dude.
Yeah.
It's calling him cringe. Let it happen, he says.
All right, I don't think Shura could stop tunnels now.
No. Tunnels is the right choice. I mean, you could even go do rune level 60 trio. Like, it is hard to stop.
Well, Shura's ahead on rune level 60 at this point.
The block on stats into the Crucible Knights block, like, good for Shura though.
Good for Shura. That's good momentum going into next week, right?
Yeah, you needed something to come out of this game, right? Something positive. I think that was pretty nice. Nexus is starting to actually crash out. Nexus is over here. Like, if he snipes me 2 or 3 more times, I'm gonna lose it. I can't believe it. Up 12-5 and starting to crash out is an impressive skill.
Yeah.
Which does speak to the competitiveness of Nexus.
Nexus, yeah. Shura's going for RL60, I think. I think he's gonna go fight BBK.
BBK or Grail. Both valid.
Yeah. I think he probably, my guess is he probably just wants to do BBK.
Falling Star Beast. Actually, wait, he also has a fucking tunnel too, because he did Misbegotten bosses. So this is a race. Fuck off, man.
Oh, and that damage, beautiful.
God damn.
You'll love to see it.
Okay, Shura is
poor
doing the
troll.
dragon. Yeah, I don't think Shura could ever win tunnels, especially because Nexus has Celia set up, but Shura didn't grab the Grace earlier in the game.
Yeah, there's not really a way to win it. His fastest tunnels are probably still Celia and Limgrave.
Yeah, I mean, even if Shura went for
the
tunnels, he couldn't have
race.
stopped it.
I do like the push for RL60. And can Nexus get the Crystal Tunnel skip?
He does.
Unbelievable. And this should be the game-winning play.
Unless
Star
Nexus has an
Beast.
all-time failure on Falling Star Beast.
Yeah. This is unfortunately a boss I think we all practice. Everyone in Gold
Yeah.
Order can do it. Level
All
1
right,
plus
this is
0.
finally
Not
now.
nervous
This is
at
Nexus for the game.
Impressive out of Shura.
Please don't
He's
fucking
a couple
snipe me
squares on the
again.
board.
That'd be
Made
cool.
some right calls on the snipes.
4 in a row is kind of crazy.
Something positive to take out.
I kind of hope Nexus dies just because the crash out will be hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
He'll still win and get the square, but like the crash out.
Missing out on one of the greatest crash outs ever. Shura could make it happen.
Yeah.
But
God
miss
damn it.
Oh no, Shura went down.
In Dragon Barrel with no Vig. I mean, that's going to be tough.
Hey, but he has 30 int and arcane.
True. Those could do something. Those are 2 stats for sure.
I mean, the int actually does kind of help scaling with Frost.
Okay, true.
Just die, man.
All right, that'll do
There
it.
it is.
GG's to Nexus.
All right, there we go.
Unbelievable
Finally.
game
Fuck
from
you.
Nexus.
Shoot her down to the Falling Star Beast.
Will
Not
probably
to
be
Shura.
the biggest
Shoot her down to the
margin of
Falling Star
victory in a
Beast.
majority game of the season.
Yep.
Very dominant.
Very, very
Wow.
dominant.
That was.
We will, there you go. There's Roddy's face. We'll go ahead and bring the players in here for a little post-match interview, and then that will do it. The last match of the gate is getting rescheduled, so this is it for the day. We will go ahead and bring them in, though. Welcome in, boys. Welcome in.
Hello.
I
can guess what happened, I think.
Nexus, that was a dominant performance from you. Like, actually, genuinely, like one of the best games I've seen you play. Were you? I'm curious. We were talking a lot about like nerves and stuff coming into the game because all the players who were rookies lost this week, and obviously you have experience and stuff on your side. What were the nerves like coming into the game?
I was extremely nervous coming into this match until I saw the board. I saw Tree Sentinel and paintings, and I preed a little bit. Yeah.
I thought you said peed, and then I realized what he said.
No, what he said.
Yeah, that was pretty hype. Ice Spear Halberd, go burr.
Yep.
All I gotta say. Shura, I know I sniped you on Tree Sentinel. How did that happen?
No, you didn't snipe me on Tree Sentinel.
Wait, then what did you do at the start?
I went for paintings, but I died on the rundown twice.
He died to the earning skip twice. Yeah.
Dude, I was okay. I don't know if you guys were on my streamer could hear my audio, but I was like counting down when Shura was gonna mark paintings. It was crazy. That was a fucking read. I knew you were doing that shit. Insane. So what did I snipe you on?
A lot.
Yeah, I know, but like what in particular?
I'm not sure.
Crafted Scion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You sniped me on
Avatars.
Crafted Scion. Avatars. I think that's it.
Kind of physic
What?
tears. You were on your way there.
That was it?
Bell bearing hunters.
Yep.
Okay. Yo, did you guys see how good Blood Flame Talon was?
Yeah,
I
that
didn't know
shit was hot.
I
Yeah.
didn't fucking know how good that was. That shit was cracked, man.
I called that one out. I'm pretty familiar with it. That is,
Yeah, I
I
never used it
wasn't
before.
sure how good it would be at the low scaling, but that thing is, it's
That
really
shit
good.
was in. I wouldn't say it's catch flame, but like it's close. That
Yeah.
shit was insane, dude. GG, Shura. Good game, man.
GGs.
What weapon did you use?
Banish Knights. You both use Banish
Okay.
Knights.
I was
Knights,
going.
Did you get Ice Spear?
No, that
Oh,
was
I
so
was-
unfortunate.
I was gonna get Ice Spear, but I don't
Fucking
actually
insane,
know
dude. It's
how
so
I
good.
died.
You got screamed by the troll, and it stunned you
Oh.
at the same time the Knight's Cav hit you, and you just insta died.
That sucks.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, I was
Uh,
I didn't know I could get one shot by Knight's Cav.
Sure.
Yeah.
You sniped me 4 times in a row at the end there, by the way.
On what? Misbegotten?
on Misbegotten, Crucible Knights, Arcane, and Int.
Oh, well,
Nexus killed Godric and was sitting down to level to get 30 arcade to 30 in, and then you sniped it.
Dude,
It was incredible.
I killed Margit, had exactly enough for Arcane, was about to sit down and level to get it. You mark. I killed Godric, was about to level, get in. You mark. I was about to go to the second Crucible Knight. You mark.
If
I
you
was
if
in
you,
the fight for Crucible Knight Misbegotten. You marked Misbegotten. dude. I was like, what the fuck, man?
I was going to yeah, I wanted dude, it was so unfortunate that neither of the stat scores were faith.
Mm-hmm.
So I could never do Fire Knight's Greatsword.
Yeah. Did you start Fire Knight's Greatsword?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
And I was gonna do the smithing route to like get it online, but then what is it? But it's because what is this? I think this helmet it gives me 1 faith. So like I wanted faith, but then you then you did something that I was like, I can't fucking get this weapon online, unfortunately. Oh no, it's because I got Banished Knight, and I was like, well, that's kind of what I have to use.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough. Was I racing you on Tunnel's Precipice at the end there?
No. You went to go do Bridge Grail for RL60.
Okay. Makes sense.
Yeah, I was like, I'll do 60. I might as well. I doubt the 30 in Arcane.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
GG's Nexus, hell of a game from you, Shura.
Yeah. GG's,
Didn't
man.
start great, but hell of a comeback bit at the end. Honestly, that was incredible. Very entertaining at the end there. Nexus nearly, if you would have sniped Nexus on tunnels, it would have been an all-time crash out. So
It was getting close.
I
It
was
was getting close.
I was like, there's no way I'm gonna have to fucking double prep when I was up 12-1, dude. I was like, dude, what the fuck, man?
I
want to do this shit.
I need to fix only one thing. I need to just put my settings on like the ultra low settings. I was getting 45 frames the whole game. I was just fucking
shit.
I was losing my mind.
That's the Fortnite tech right there.
I was actually just like, I was running in the Ernie and I had 45 frames. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? It's like, what am I supposed to do? I tried to turn it down low, but it didn't do anything.
Yeah.
I even closed my Spotify, and it still didn't fix the frame drops. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I've never had that bad frames.
Yeah.
Except for in the DLC.
Yeah, that sucks, man. Wait, is there another match happening after this?
No, it got rescheduled because Sirius got called into work. So that will do it for today.
Please become Elden Lord.